So Arsenal 3, Lyon 0, 2-1 on penalties. Some of the worst penalties you'll ever see in your life. Yes, Spain, they put in a bad performance on penalties. Japan also. But Lyon said, you know what? Hold my beer. And it was nice to have some football back that was fast-paced, high-tempo, quick one-touch football rather than this slow, methodical, boring football. Neftali, bro, it's been a minute. How you been?
I've been good, man. Been good. Living it up. Glad to be back on with you, man. It's always a pleasure, bro. And thank you for giving me the time. But yeah, I can't complain. It's the holiday season. I got the sock, right behind me over here. I'll show you the tree, but it probably won't fit in the picture. But all in all, man, I can't complain. It was a convincing win today. It was good to see the boys, especially our second team, really, besides Odegaard and Gabriel and maybe you could say Tierney, but everybody else was kind of, trying to fight for the place to get into the first team. But it was good, man.
So talking of fighting for places to get in the first team, I said this to the other lads that we've done fan cams with. There is some places up for grabs. Obviously, Nketiah we know is going to be a shoo-in because of Jesus' injury, and we'll come to that in a bit. But Sambi Lokonga, Mohamed El Neni, obviously Thomas Partey can't stay fit for more than 5 games, and he is having a break apparently after the World Cup. He played 3 group games very quickly. Granit Xhaka, however, is not having a break. He's come straight back to training.
He wants to come back straight away, right?
But there is a berth in midfield potentially, and I personally think that midfield today was the reason we got on top of them so quick. They dictated the play from the first minute, suffocated them in midfield. I thought Samba Lokonga, a player that I've been heavily critical of, I thought he was unbelievable today. I thought El Neni was superb. And then if I was to give man of the match, I'd probably give it to El Neni. Yeah, I thought he was everywhere, and he didn't even look like he'd been out injured.
Yeah, that's
true. Crazy. Martin Odegaard, another player I don't particularly rate highly, I thought he was superb. What did you make of us today in midfield?
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was obviously in the office. I had the game on my phone, and I would, take a look at different sequences and everything. But from what I picked up today is, we can see what the first team does now in today's game with the second team. You know what I mean? I saw that there was transitions, there was different patterns of play, there was a lot of people that were on the same sheet, right? So Odegaard, obviously, he's going to be the conductor. He's the one that's going to be orchestrating everything. Everything pretty much goes through him. But I felt like we were fluid today, from defense all the way up to the attack. So that to me was something that I've been shouting for in Europa League. Obviously, we played our second team in Europa, and we've looked very, very weak. You know what I mean? So for us to kind of really have that in our locker today showed good. Obviously, it's not competition, it's not competitive game, but all in
I have no idea what happened there, but we are back, or I'm back anyway. Something went wrong. But listen, smash the likes up, people. Make sure you are subscribing. Neftali will be back again any second now. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. And threw me out. It's through Neftali out, but we are back. I have no idea what happened.
It's all good, bro.
But yeah, in Europa League, you're right. We've been a little bit hit and miss. A little bit. It's been boring to watch the Europa League. Whereas today, it was only a friendly, but it was a complete second 11, apart from a few like Odegaard, Vieira, Tierney's maybe. But it was a complete. Gabriel Magalhaes as well. I want to talk about the goals though, because we've started to score off of corners recently, whereas the last few seasons it's been we don't score off set pieces. Yeah. Now all of a sudden we're scoring.
Hey, I could go back to a video where it was you, Jez, and Kenny Ken, and I put a super chat in there saying, we got this new set piece coach and all that good stuff. And the only reason why I brought that up is because we haven't been conceding from corners or free kicks. I don't think we've conceded in a very long time. Now the fact that we're scoring off of it, and it seems to be Gabriel, rising above and towering over people. I haven't seen that in years, man. Coming out and those are power headers. He just scores power headers.
Insane goal.
So
I love it. I love a bullet header, bro. And the thing is, he is doing similar, and I know he's a better player all round than Mustafi. But Mustafi had that ability to rise above everyone and bullet header one in. He used to do it against Tottenham quite often.
Yeah.
But when you have that ability to be able to do that, but then you also have other players chipping in with goals. I thought Reece played well today. I thought Eddie did well today. Eddie got his goal, and we're going to need him to step up. I thought Odegaard was superb. Marquinhos looked lively. Shanked the crossbar. What a save that was. And then, the goal we scored, the third goal where Vieira pinged that in, bro, that was some sick football. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Changing the quick one-touch passing, and I'm screaming, going, "It's it! Just hit it!" Yeah, and what a goal, bro. Even the second goal, the pass from Sambi Lokonga down the wing. Like, if Kevin De Bruyne does that, everyone's going nuts.
Yeah.
Sambi Lokonga, and it's a friendly, it's just a normal pass.
For sure.
What did you make when we made the substitutions? Because what did you make of that? Because I see about 8 teenagers lining up, bro. Like 2 15-year-olds, 17-year-old. Like, imagine being 15 and you're coming on to play for Arsenal. Like, that in itself, you must be shaking. Like, but to come on, keep a clean sheet in the time that you're all on together, and it was literally wholesale change, like 7, 8 changes.
Everybody was pretty much subbed off.
And to then go and be the team that looks most likely by hitting the post, having a keeper make a couple of good saves off of the back of that as well, and then to go and beat them on penalties. Them kids won't be sleeping tonight, innit? Like they're going to be buzzing, man. Well, what did you make of all of that?
No, listen, man, I've always been an advocate for our youth. I'm always saying protect youth and give the youth a chance. And, I think it stemmed from ESR going out on loan a couple of times. I've been voicing my opinion about him starting. And, unfortunately, he's had an injury where we didn't get to see him the first half of the season. And hopefully he could come in and slot straight in because we obviously need him. But when it comes to seeing those wholesale changes, it was expected, right? We're playing in it's just like preseason all over again for the second half of the season. So
preseason.
Listen, let's not even go there with the pre-com assist and all that good stuff.
It was good though, right? Because the tempo, like, listen, I'm not a massive lover of international football, but I have watched a few games. I've watched all of the Argentine games, the Spanish games, the English games. But it was nice to watch a game today. Number one, without having any pressure on the game. Didn't matter if we lost. I just wanted to see a good performance. I wanted to see high tempo football. Yeah, because watching this, like, I've not watched more than 12 full games of this World Cup because it's too slow, bro. I'm bored of it. Like, when we watch Arsenal, especially this season, you said something a few minutes ago that, you could see that there's a plan in place now. So even if it ain't the first 11, we've actually got a style of play. Yeah, and it's nice to see that. And it's took a long time to get there. And we've all been very critical along the way. Yeah, listen, we're not the finished article. Even though we're top, we need to kick on now.
For sure.
Yeah, but it was nice to see that from the get-go, they're all pressing 100 mile an hour. Bro, but I can't lie. I want to get your thoughts on Lyon. Bro, that was nearly their first 11.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, for sure. I didn't think we were going to, take a walk in the park with them, to be honest. I don't think they were in it. They looked like they couldn't be, asked to play the game. It's just probably hanging out with their mates in Dubai and all that good stuff. Whatever it is, obviously Lyon didn't show up to play. I didn't see anybody that kind of really stood out for me. The goalkeeper Lopez, he's always, been a good goalkeeper. He couldn't save anything today. I mean, we were spot on. Going back to the patterns of play, I mean, Lyon, I can't really say anything for Lyon. Lacazette was doing the same thing that he's always done for us towards the end of his few years with us. But going back to the patterns of play, I mean, going to that Vieira goal, right? It was started from the right. Usually Ben White would pick up the ball. Saka would overlap or drag a defender with him. Benjamin, then pops it up to Partey, and he usually has a smack, off the one. He's done that twice already this season. So for me to see that pattern of play on the right-hand side and Vieira going ahead and having, the wicked left shot, man, it was beautiful to see, and it was good, but too much space. I mean, Vieira should have had it on the first shot. Nobody tracked him down. He took a touch and then he slotted it in upper 90. So it's the kid has a very good cultured left foot, man. We got to give it to him. Obviously, he could whip one in. The fact that he's playing on the right wing. Marquinhos is there. I thought Marquinhos was righty and he's lefty, actually, taking the PK and all that stuff. He made Lopez force a good save where it hit off the post in the second half. But all in all, we dominated today. I want to see what we're capable of, and if we could repeat what we did today against Milan. And
Yeah.
who's the other one? Liverpool, right?
Juventus. No,
Juventus.
We don't play Liverpool. We agreed not to play them, apparently.
Okay. So good. That's good. Those are good Italian oppositions. They're well structured when it comes to setting up their formations. And maybe we could go ahead and have a conversation with Allegri to pick and choose who the hell we want to bring in as a striker replacement.
Very quickly on that before we wrap this up. Yeah. What would you do in January if you were the Kroenkes, if you were Edu, Arteta? You're looking at it. Jesus is out for a couple of months, at least 3 months, maybe even more. We don't know. Depends how he recovers. We're top of the table, by far been the best team in the league. We've got the best defense in the league along with Newcastle, but we have now lost a talismanic figure of our team, and the drop off is Eddie Nketiah, which it's a big drop off. What would you do if you're in that position? What would you do if you're the Kroenkes and the hierarchy?
What's going to happen is that we're going to stick it out with Eddie, because Eddie can give us that tracking down, the pressuring, and closing down the defenders. But in terms of the quality and the hold-up play and just the movement that Gabriel does and those little moments of magic a la Alexis, twinkle toe inside the box and then kind of spurring everybody else on, Eddie ain't going to do that for us. So once he could do one side of it, great. But will he make a goal here and there like he did last year at Chelsea, where he forced it himself and tracked it down and made it happen? We'll have some goals. But if I were the Kroenkes, bro, I'd go ahead and spend the money that the Rams made them. I would go ahead and spend the money that the Avalanche has made them, winning those trophies, because the reality is there's Manchester United, Liverpool being put up for sale, and they're only going to get stronger. Whoever wants to come in and go ahead, and they're going to have their own plans, they're going to invest in their squad. So why would we want to go ahead and not take advantage of this January transfer window, knowing that our number 9 is going to be out for a couple of months? I'm pretty sure Gabriel was always going to be having to compete that position with somebody else. So they have to, if I were me, if I was Edu, because I would love Edu's job right now because I know what I'm doing, I would go ahead and make sure that I bring in somebody to compete with Jesus, to let Jesus know, hey, I know you suffered an injury, but...
Well, give me a name. Who would you pick?
I mean, looking at the style that we play, man, it has to be somebody that has an engine, right? Because it looks like we lead off with the number 9 tracking down now.
Like a João Felix, like a Zaha, like a...
Listen, I would take Zaha. I would take Zaha all day.
Same.
For the next 2 years, I would 6 months left on his contract.
That's the most sensible option as well, because he's not going to miss a load of games unless he's not 100. It's going to take, listen, it's a big injury what he's done, yeah?
Sure.
But he could be out for 10 weeks. He could be out for 10 months. We don't know.
Yeah.
Other players recover quicker than others. But in terms of players that can play left and can play up front, that would not mind playing second fiddle to Jesus, which could fill in for Martinelli if injury, could fill in on the right for Saka, rotate the team, I think it makes perfect sense to sign Zaha. And I'm not a massive fan of his, but he's 30 years old. He knows the league. He don't need to relocate. He's not going to be big money. He's got 6 months left, 100 grand a week, 130 grand a week. You can play him up front. You can play him on the left when Jesus is back. You can give Martinelli a break.
For sure.
Saka a break. I think it makes sense.
I would, listen, if I was KSC, I would go ahead and spend wisely, right? But knowing Arteta, he has his style of play. He knows who he wants. He's not going to go ahead and sanction something that will ultimately hinder his style of play with the team. So I would love to see Martinelli down the middle. We got ESR coming back. This whole talk of Mudryk coming in. It could be a Willian going to Chelsea when Willian was a Shakhtar. Who knows? But
you never know.
You know what I mean? I just need to see us bring in quality that's ready to play and ready to perform, because we ain't got no time to lose, man. Especially now more than ever, we only got a 5-point gap. Yeah. Pep has shown that he could do this 5 years running, and he signed a long-term contract again.
Back early. Haaland's had a break.
Man.
Listen, bro, we could chat for hours. And
I know we can.
But I do have to wrap this up.
For sure, bro. Listen, is it Oliver Hine or Oliver Kahn? Who the hell do we have in net as a third choice goalkeeper, bro? The kid.
Hey, bro. penalty was
4
mad.
penalty saves, bro. 4 penalty saves.
Crazy. It was, bro, that was the worst set of penalties I've ever seen. I can't lie.
He could have done the Higuita Scorpion with the
He
last
could have,
Panenka that
he
he
could have
had.
done the scorpion, bro. Bro, he could have literally had a deck chair out and a cigar on the go and still called out. Mad.
For
And
sure,
listen,
bro.
always mad love for you, man. Always like talking to you as well. And we'll do this more often, bro. Love. We're
Be
out
good,
of it.
brother.